Welcome to Lore Here, episode 98. Everybody, we're Alecless this week because he has something very special going on that he needs to lock the fuck in and practice for. And that is the 52-hour marathon stream, except for Ludwig in his tweet said Strema. It is the Fast 52 the Fast 52 event that Ludwig's putting on. 52 speedrunners, 52 hours, and Alec is going to be there to showcase what he's doing. It's some Yarg stuff. He's going to be doing a little bit of drumming, a little bit of guitar, a little bit of everything. So, very cool. Very happy for my boy.
I'm excited, man.
Yeah, it's pretty damn cool, man.
I'm excited.
It's just
whenever I think of Ludwig, he's ruined for me. I just think, let's up those numbers.
I like seeing Alec getting this opportunity. Remember the last time they did Yarg on stream? Remember how big that was?
Hit.
Yes, the
big
Rockathon. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The Yard Boys and Ludwig by extension loves the Yarg. They did that shit for the Rockathon back early this year, January. If you can remember all the way back, that was to support the LA fires.
January.
That was January of this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Shit,
that was in support of the LA fires. Every dollar makes the fires bigger, is what they said on the stream. So he made that. So the fires got even bigger. I think they raised like $250,000 that got matched, maybe even $500,000. I don't remember the numbers, but very impressive, very cool. And Alec was supposed to be there for that. They invited him out for that, but unfortunately he couldn't make it because of a scheduling conflict. And who was that scheduling conflict? It was Rosie. It was her birthday. He could not miss his daughter's birthday. He had to be a dad, and which is very respectable, and I respect Alec to the moon and back for that, because that's a very cool opportunity. But yeah, go catch that. September 26th to 28th is when that stream will be happening on Ludwig's Twitch channel, I believe. And I don't exactly know when Alec will be on, but I'm sure he'll update all of us on that whenever there is more information, so we can all watch our boy on Ludwig's stream. It's gonna be very cool.
Yeah, I'm sure once he's got the scheduling, he'll post it on Twitter. But yeah, he's gonna be. I know he's gonna be bringing 2 guitars. I'm not gonna say which ones they are, but he had mentioned that in his server. Let me pull it up really quickly. He said okay. 5-fret default engine on Yarg. It's going to be 15 minutes on that, and then a 15-minute portion on 5-fret casual, and then a special drum performance to end it off.
Cool.
Just a single drum performance. One.
Yeah, it makes you wonder.
What one drum song would you choose to showcase drums as a concept to people who may not even be familiar? Ooh, wee, ooh, just a simple yeah, that'd be really cool and fun. That'd be awesome. I can't wait to watch him do Buddy Holly. And then the entire stream.
What's the largest drum solo in Guitar Hero history? What was it? Oh yeah, you have to think about it too. I'm glad. Because I'm over here thinking, what was it?
I don't know.
Solo.
I could. In Guitar Hero history, do you have an answer that you're looking for? Because I have nothing, honestly.
I don't either. That's it, right? Like I'm thinking, like, what is there a song that's the most like maybe Hot for Teacher? The intro, is that the most iconic drum song in Guitar Hero?
In Guitar Hero, but like no, I was gonna think
I would say most iconic, yes.
Painkiller for Rock Band 2. Because that's also in Guitar Hero, except for the entire first half of it is neutered and gone, and it's bad. So it's terrible in that game. So it can't really be a Guitar Hero drum solo. The Rock Band, sure. I don't know what he's going to do yet. I don't think he's even decided on that yet, which is why he's gone. He's still locking in what he wants to do for this, because this is just this weekend. This is this weekend.
He's got a lot of practice to do. Pray for our boy. I think he'll do very well.
Aside praise in the chat.
Aside praise in the chat. What a classic emote, man.
Yeah, evergreen. I love using the little.
It really is. It's that, and then the Randy one, the Randall dad.
Those
are like those are like the two most classic ones, and yeah, I mean, the old days of Guitar Hero Twitch streaming, where they had to use Franker Facey in order to get the emotes on.
Dude,
we've come a long way since then.
We have.
Jesus Christ.
We really have.
Speaking of going a long way. Oh, wait, what do you want to go into? Because mine might be long.
Oh no, go long.
All
go
right.
long.
Speaking
I'm
of-
ready to catch.
Speaking of going a long way, I was gone for a long way. I went to Michigan over the past week, which is why I'm wearing
can't
this
catch that.
dumbass like grandpa sweatshirt.
You can go your own way to Michigan.
I'll polka your eyes out. Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's a little Bavarian town in Michigan. I was visiting my lovely girlfriend Kelly Slays over in Michigan, and she had an idea to bring me to this place that she used to go to as a kid. It's called Frankenmuth, Michigan. If you guys aren't familiar with Frankenmuth, Michigan, like I wasn't, and like everybody who doesn't live in Michigan probably isn't, it's a very interesting like tourist town. It's a German Bavarian town. It's very cool. I think I have a few pictures that I can share. I brought them up.
Go.
Before you even share the pictures, I have a question. Is
Yes.
Frankenmuth like it makes it sound like hot dog in mouth?
It is one word, Frankenmuth. I have no idea what it translates to. However, Frank in mouth would definitely be. That makes a lot of sense. You know what? That could be it. Let me just take a quick Google. Franken.
We're both laughing at the same picture.
Yeah, I know you are. Hold on. I sent all the pictures in the chat, so they're aware. Frankenmuth, German translation.
Right?
The German word Franken represents the province of Franconia in the kingdom of Bavaria, and Muth means courage. Okay, Bavarian courage, I guess. Okay, that's neat. Didn't know that. Thank you, AI
You're a
overview.
courageous guy. And this place looks sick. What the hell?
Yeah, no, Frankenmuth, Michigan. It's a really cool place. It's very tourist towny.
There was a hot dog.
That dog.
That's what I'm
looks good.
saying. You can't have a place called Franken and not have like Frankenfurters.
Yeah, dude.
So I
That's a
only
good-looking
grabbed
glizzy.
a couple of different photos to share with the stream. Many of them are for me, my own personal use, and also I was there with her sister and her boyfriend, and they're in many of the pictures because me and Callie were trailing behind there in front of us. I don't want to share them, but yeah, it's just like a cool little tourist town. There's a lot of small like German-inspired like buildings like this, a lot of different shops, different restaurants. You can get some hot dogs. There's a little polka band playing when I was eating. It wasn't a hot dog, it was a brat. A little bit of brat, a little bit of sauerkraut. I'm a bad German. I don't eat sauerkraut. Never thought it. This shit was good. It's disgusting. But the brat was pretty good. And then we had a little beer flight. A couple different beers we could try. I don't even like beer.
Bears.
I'm not even a beer drinker, but it felt like the right thing to do, so I did it. Here's a video that I will
He got
share.
peer pressure.
Never mind. Oh, no, wrong video. This is the right video.
What video did you
Hold on.
just said?
No. It's all right. It's for later. I have a part 2 to this.
Part two?
Yeah. So, yeah, I got ahead of myself. The next part, after we got done with Frankenmuth, we went to a little place called Bronner's. Okay. This is another insane thing. Okay. Bronner's, right outside of Frankenmuth, Michigan, is the world's largest Christmas store. And it operates year-round. It's open 361 days out of the year. They're very proud to say that. 361 days. It's above everything. And they're very much... They put the Christ in Christmas because every single mention of Christmas as Christ capitalized, but the MAS is small. So it's Christ everywhere. Everywhere.
Let's go.
It is a very bizarre location. Okay, I'm going to show a couple of photographs of this Bronner's place that I've picked out because it is genuinely fucking phenomenally massive. You can't even imagine. This whole thing here, it's like this entire area is all Bronner's. It's like, I think there was a fact sheet like in the cafeteria of the Christmas store. Yes, they have a place you can just go grab food because you won't be able to do this all in one day. You're gonna get hungry. You're gonna want a snack. They have little fact sheets that say all sorts of crazy things. It's like the size of 2 football fields. Like the area of 2 football fields is like the floor of this Bronner's Christmas store. It was fucking weird. Like, and by weird I mean like creepy weird, because Bronner's is the Bronner's family. It was a family of people who started this whole Christmas store. I guess they're very well known in this area of Michigan, known worldwide even by some people. But this whole store has pictures of the Bronner family like everywhere. It's very cult feeling in there. I couldn't shake this very
creepy.
odd. I couldn't shake the feeling that there was something wrong with this place. Something bad has happened there, and I couldn't explain why. So Callie made this little video real quick. I'll just let it play out.
Sir, what do you think of Browners?
I think there's a deep, dark evil lurking within the shadows, somewhere deep in the bones of this establishment, and it feels like my duty to shine a light upon those shadows and expose the evils that lie within.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your time.
That's genuinely my feelings. There was something wrong. Like every employee that was there felt like they were being forced to work at gunpoint. like Callie was asking, like, every employee.
That's not just that venue, though. That's the world right now, dude.
That's very true. Very true. Everything's weird. And, like, but, like, she asked every employee, is like, do you ever get tired of the Christmas music all the time? And most of them are like, yeah, you know what? It's easy to tune out when you're working. But, like, and then somebody asks you about it, and then you're forced to think about it again. They all said that. Like, kind of like in a backhanded way. It's like, well, thanks for even bringing it up. You know, that type of vibe. So
hey, service with a smile, though.
Literally,
it was bizarre.
Feels like you could input almost any situation to that right now. It's like, yeah, we're all doing our things. Thanks for bringing up what we're all trying not to think about.
Yes, exactly. That could be like so many things. Like,
right?
Trust me. I had those conversations with certain individuals as well over this whole trip and before and after this trip. We don't want to talk about it too deeply about it, but you know,
I'm trusting you.
It feels like we're going through some sort of mass psychosis event where everybody has just lost their fucking minds happily so. Confidently so.
I'm glad we have a subject that we can focus our autism, our Tylenol obsession on.
Yeah. That's too bad that my mom took all that Tylenol when I was a baby. In the
I'm
womb.
thankful because I have you as a friend.
Yeah, hey, if my mom didn't take all that Tylenol in the womb, none of this would happen. Where we are now, this podcast wouldn't exist. Red Octane Games wouldn't be what it is today. Thank you, Tylenol.
Honestly, Jake, you should take more Tylenol.
I'm going to be... Tell you what, I'm going to be buying all Tylenol in the local Walmart. I'm Tylenol pilled and autism maxed. Tylenol pilled. Yeah, we don't have to tell you that's just a bunch of bullshit, though. But the few other pictures from when I was in Michigan, the first night that I was there, there's a Raising Cane's really close to the Michigan airport, and. I'm just watching Jason.
I was wondering if that was like a real picture.
Yeah, it was a real picture. We went to the Raising Cane's real close to the Michigan airport in Detroit, and like we were walking out, and there's this dude just passed out on the bench next to his canes, and I took a picture of it and put a little like sharpening filter on it with Detroit. That could be an album cover.
That's why I thought it was fake. I was like,
no, that's a real ass picture that I took with my phone, and I thought it was very funny, and I wanted to share it. It's
just wild.
He was passed the fuck out. We made noises like snapping our fingers, like to see if he would like jolt up. No, he was passed the fuck out at 11:30 p.m. on a Wednesday night at the Raising Cane's in Detroit, Michigan.
He had too much cane sauce, man. I don't know.
It would put you out. Trust me.
You got to be careful. Yeah,
you do.
You got to be careful.
That cup that's right in front of him, full of cane sauce. You drink the whole thing.
It's probably cane sauce and lean.
Yeah.
To be fair.
One more picture. It was just there was a Cybertruck driving around, and then we just gave it a thumbs down, which is what you should do because it's funny. It hurts much more than like a hey, fuck you, buddy, because that like implies anger. I'm not angry at you. I just think
when I thumbs people down when they do dumb things on the road instead of flip them off.
Yeah, it hurts more. I think
it
to
does
be on a receiving end of one of these, like
or like what Jason is doing, where you're just like the head shake of shame. Yeah, like it makes you like like flipping somebody the bird is like immediate, but it's like that makes you think. It really makes you think.
It's like, oh, what
it makes you wonder what happened. Yeah, what did I do?
It's like oh, come on, buddy. You know you're better than this. Come on.
You bought a Cybertruck? This was the decision you made for yourself. This was the best thing you could do for your life in this moment. You feel good about it.
The dude just might be a fan of PS1 graphics. We don't know.
That's valid, I guess, but whatever you say, man.
Like, there might be a sticker on the back that says, bring back the PS1. I don't know.
I don't know.
Whenever I think of Cybertruck, I just think
PS1.
I just think about it being in Fortnite and how upset the people working on it were to have worked on it.
Yeah, that was a funny era where they couldn't necessarily say anything negative, but they like
like once it came out, they were just like, yeah, so I got to work on this.
Yeah, I did this.
The tweet. That's it.
That's the tweet. And the whole movement of people targeting the Cybertrucks, and the people were like, the devs are like, Yeah, that sounds like fun. I endorse this.
I mean, but really, who wants? I don't know. Maybe I just don't see the appeal. But
It ain't for me, I'll tell you that.
it ain't for me either. I don't know. Like,
It's not. Look, it's not the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm just gonna be real.
there are people, and I guess I shouldn't kink shame, but there are people who, like, want to be embarrassed and they want to be targeted.
You're onto
So
something.
There are
if-
people like that. That's true.
I'm saying that might actually be a thing, right? Where it's like, oh, yeah, target me. Yeah, do it.
Oh
that
yeah,
kind of
look at my stupid Chungus truck I'm driving. Oh yeah, make fun of me. Give me the thumbs down.
Yeah, right?
Maybe they got the
like, get
inspiration
happy about
from
it.
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Wait, what does festival have to do with this?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why
I
can't I
mixed
put
up,
my Cybertruck on the stage?
I mixed
Why
up
can't
my
I drive
F
on the
words.
stage?
There's a lot of F words out there.
Don't do that. That's scary nowadays, man. Don't mix up your F words, man.
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah. Careful now. You don't want to.
Well,
say
I
Yeah.
mean, there is some perceived stuff going on with festival. You guys ever play Sonic Adventure 2?
no.
There's a great song in that game at the end called "Live and Learn" by Crush 40, and it's being actively rights disputed. And it turns out that they wanted it for festival, and now they're probably not going to get it.
Well, I don't think anybody's ever going to get it the way it looks.
No.
I read up a little about this. It seems, and I could be wrong because I'm doing this off the top of my head, but it seems like somebody, i.e. Epic, reached out to a member of Crush 40 about getting Live and Learn in the game. And Sega basically was the reason. Sega sent them to the person. There was just this huge lawsuit, which was dropped with prejudice, which means it can never be brought back up again.
Yeah.
So
Which is insane.
it looks like ownership of this is just lost to the void. It's in the abyss of ownership, was I think the wording choice that was used.
Yeah. I have this Eurogamer article up right now. The headline: Lawsuit over ownership of Sonic theme Live and Learn dismissed. But Fortnite collab proof song remains in limbo, says songwriter. The most epic song remains in the abyss of ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah, so last year, Crush 40 musician and songwriter Johnny Gioli, I'm assuming is how you say it, I'm not entirely sure,
I think so.
sued Sega of America over ownership of the Sonic Adventure 2 theme song ahead of its feature throughout the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 film. At the time, Gioli claimed Sega had the rights to the lyrics, but not the master recording musical composition. So owning the lyrics, but not the song itself. However, unbeknownst, I'm doing all these air quotes where there's quotes in the article, folks. Unbeknownst to the songwriter, the company had exploited and licensed the song in at least 25 video games, television shows, live performances / events, and films. In a new statement, Gioli stated the case against Sega was dismissed based on time, not on ownership, and so the song remains in limbo. What's that even mean?
I don't know. It's just crazy because with prejudice, so they can't even bring it up again. So like, how it's just going to be in limbo forever.
Forever.
Yeah, that's insane. So nobody can have that song besides Sega.
What really sucks is there's all this paperwork that goes into every single song ever written, right? If it's been released on a major label, on an independent label, there's still publishers attached. Every single song in a rhythm game has had to go through the process of getting the label to sign off and the publishers to sign off. And if a song has specific people that are a part of the writing process that, maybe have slid under the radar, they still need to be contacted to see, hey, are they going to be a problem with this? They need to give us the sign off on this. It makes you really appreciate every song that's been in a rhythm game. Like, shout out to the festival team for licensing what they have, because they have some really crazy songs available.
Mm-hmm.
Like, look at them getting Guns N' Roses back when they did Paradise City, etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Still insane.
Insane.
Shit, they had a really good track record with Guns N' Roses for a while. They had fucking Shackler's Revenge licensed months before the Chinese Democracy album even came out back in 2008.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, we gotta talk one day about that that video from that guy from Giant Bomb where he talks about making that like fake leak about Chinese democracy. You guys know what I'm talking about?
That's an old one. Oh wow.
It's an old one, but it's a great story. The guy basically like humiliated Harmonix.
Yeah, I
a good
have
story.
to see if I can find that.
Dan
was gonna say,
something.
that's-
What's his last name?
That's so long ago. I don't remember any details on it.
The guy. I think JC Lexicon posted about it in the Milo Hacks. I could ask him. But yeah, that's a good story because that actually ended up straining their relationship with Harmonix.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, the whole licensing process, now that we're kind of on the inside of the whole gaming industry for stuff like this, Red Games, it's kind of illuminating the challenges that come along with that whole process. And it makes us very appreciative of every other game that came before us about how they're able to get all these different things licensed. Rock Band had over like 5,000 songs licensed, and it sold 20 or 10 year almost. 5,000 songs. That's a lot. Guitar Hero had, including GHTV, like 2,000 something. That's a lot. Fortnite Festival is up to what, like 600 something, 700 something? That's a lot in like 2 years. That's a lot. It's impressive. There's a lot that goes behind. Most people will not fully understand, obviously, understand the struggles and the whole process of getting songs licensed, much like we kind of really didn't. We were just kind of based, speculating about what the process is like. But now that we more or less know the process for the most part, it's like, wow, mind-bending how they're able to get all this shit done in a very fluid way that doesn't seem super, like, disruptive. I don't know. It's impressive is all I'm going to say.
Absolutely. 100%. And I think one of the biggest things that I could take away from, like, the licensing side is the people attached really matter. Like, I think of artists. If you have a song that they know is like, you want this song in a product, right? Like a TV show or a game, right? And there's a label behind it, and they're like, "Oh, you want this? You want this and only this? You want this?
Cough it up,
you
son.
Work it up.
We don't really want to work with you, but we'll take your money. Do you want to pay us some more? Do you want to? We'll take your money, right?"
Yeah.
Whereas if somebody really believes in what you're doing and you can talk with them and you're working together, it might be a little bit easier, right? So every situation's different, but I wonder a lot about the relationships from the Fortnite side and like how much easier it is for them because they have this giant platform and, they've built relationships over time with, hey, everybody knows what Fortnite is, right?
Yeah.
Compare that to...
For good or for bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Any company who's starting from the ground up, if they're making something that maybe they don't have name value to fall back on, right? Like a Fortnite, for example, might be a little harder to sell your vision and go through all the steps of, hey, are you interested in being a part?
Yeah, which brings me to think of like the original Guitar Hero in 2005.
Yeah.
How did Harmonix and like Red Octane, how did they like pitch that as a concept? Because there was no real concept like that before in the West. East, sure, they had Guitar Freaks, they had Guitador, things like this. But like to a Western audience with Western music, like that was a whole new concept. That must have been pretty hard to to pitch and get people to sign off on.
Yeah, like
granted, most of them were still covers, so like the actual masters weren't being used. But still, be like, do I really want my song in a video game like this? That's lame. Just go play the real guitar. Stuff like that. I wish we could. I would love to talk to people from the past, like in 2005 Harmonix. Who was in charge of licensing? Got to go through the credits or whatever and figure out who that was.
That's exactly what I was thinking, because the other part of that, the other half of that I'd love to talk about is some of the folks that were working from the Wave Group side and the people doing the covers from those games. Because there's a little bit of a difference there with, it wasn't all master tracks back then. Sometimes they were just licensing a performance of the song, right? They were doing the cover versions where they were getting the right to perform it and then recording a full cover. And we got some really cool charts because of that. Like, some people will clown on Wave Group, which I still would love us to do a full Wave Group cover episode.
Yes,
I think that'd be
really
amazing.
Cool.
I want to
do that.
I have to figure out. I have to make a tier list for that. That would have to be a custom one for sure.
That'd be hard.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that it was so cool that they, did each song individually, and there were certain parts they added, and they made some songs feel better for Guitar Hero.
Many such cases of that,
Wow.
like especially in the first game, I can think of like Ziggy Stardust adding that little guitar solo, adding the guitar solo at the end of Ace of Spades, Message in a Bottle, Guitar 2, adding the little guitar solo at the very end, the chokeable part that everybody missed. Like, what the fuck is this? Oh, I can't even move my hands like
Them
that.
Bones.
Them Bones, the outro solo.
Heart-shaped box adding to the solo, adding a whole other like doubling the length of the solo.
Yeah, just the creative liberties that they took.
It was very cool.
Ended up making it like more fun for the game, and it sounded good to boot.
Yeah. And if you wanted to like go like in a more like story accurate or lore accurate thing, like as Guitar Hero progresses through the campaign, you're a cover band playing these songs or whatever. You're doing a live performance of the song, and you're adding a little bit of embellishment on the guitar solo. You know, it makes sense thematically in that way. It's just neat.
It's really cool. Yeah. Absolutely. It's weird that I kind of almost miss the charm of those covers.
I think a lot of people do. I've seen that sentiment around. Some people are like, I prefer the Wave Group cover solely on like the vibes, you know, and the charm of it.
And I mean, for a lot of the songs, most of the songs that Wave Group covered, that was my first exposure to them, because I was really young when Guitar Hero first came out. So that was my first exposure to hearing War Pigs by Black Sabbath. So like To Mankind, like they're super high and really shitty. Yeah, but like I have a very vivid memory of when my cousin got that for Christmas in 2006, Guitar Hero 2, and like she was playing through the whole career, got to War Pigs. We're all like downstairs at my grandparents' house or whatever, and like my uncle's like, that is not Ozzy Osbourne. I'm like, I don't know.
Like, what do you mean?
I don't know what that means. Who's Ozzy? Who's Black Sabbath? This is the first time I've heard this song. Sounds good to me. But he was like, that is not Ozzy Osbourne.
Just like now, you can listen to Beast in the Heart, be like, that is not M Shadows.
Ooh, that is not M Shadows. No, that is rough, buddy.
But you know what? Those early games were still so big for like bands like Avenged Sevenfold, even if it was a cover.
Yeah.
Even if it was a cover, the traffic to something like a Guitar Hero 2 did so much for bands back then. Oh my! I mean, hey, that's how I found Metalocalypse. That's how I found Death Clock. Thunder
yeah,
Horse.
Dude, Thunder Horse.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a cover. I mean, that was my exposure to it. So
that's how people found out. That's how people found out about Buckethead, because of Jordan.
Sure.
A lot of people know about Buckethead because of Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it.
Absolutely. Because it was an infamous song. It was the Through the Fire and Flames before Through the Fire and Flames. Can you be Buckethead on Expert? You know, it's not Jordan. It's always, can you do Buckethead?
Yeah, can you do Buckethead? Exactly. Yeah. That's what they would say.
Which is better, honestly, for the Buckethead exposure.
Oh, yeah.
The other half of it too, the iconic of but can you play John the Fisherman?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, South Park.
That's it, right? That
they name dropped Buckethead in that show, right?
They did.
Believe so.
They did, yeah.
I feel like they did. It's been many years since I've seen.
Yeah, I don't think they said Jordan. I think they said, but can you play Buckethead?
Yeah. Wow.
Because at the time, can we talk about how crazy it is that they charted that the way they did, like before tapping tech was ever even a thing? How'd they intend the player to hit that?
Dude, Solo B is genius in my opinion.
It was.
Like the fact that they came up with that back then is like, yeah, that's something that you'd have to think really hard about. Is like, how do I convey this to the player where it's like still really really fucking hard, but it's like doable. They might have not done that at the time. They might have just looked at it and been like, oh yeah, this is impossible. Who cares? It's
I don't know. Hard. What the fuck is that guy playing? It's just here's like a bunch of notes. Just put notes on the screen.
It's just a bunch of triangles, essentially.
I think that it's really good that they actually charted it in a way that people could hit it, because
I agree wholeheartedly. Yeah.
There's this like, I almost feel like in certain game dev, it could have been like nihilistic of like, no one's gonna care, no one's gonna get this good, and let's just make it impossible and bad and doesn't matter. Like, let's make it spammy because it sounds bad. Like, oh, it's just it just sounds like he's just playing all this random batshit insane stuff.
Yeah, charting those patterns like in a way that's like fun is an extremely difficult thing to do. Like, just speaking from experience of having charted, an entire half-hour long pike that has many parts like that from Buckethead, as well as like doing the 20th Century Boy cover, which has a lot of that in the intro.
Dude, I love that Buckethead 20th Century Boy.
The highest honor I've ever been given was I showed Orange Hat that part when I was working on it, and he said, "You really are the best at charting Buckethead."
Oh, nice!
Orange Hat. Thank you, Orange Hat.
It's always good to get compliments like that from your peers, people you.
It is genuinely hard to make sections like that work. In a way where like it's still hard, but it's like fun to play because you just have to switch between a bunch of different ladder patterns essentially.
Yeah, it's truly an art form, charting. I mean, some songs
Yeah,
are pretty
it is.
easy. You can do like a Green Day song is just a bunch of chords.
It's
Simple.
just copy paste. Yeah,
Many
like,
people can
there's-
figure that out. But like the Bucketheads, like the Herman Lees and Sam Chopmans, that would be hard as fuck to like listen to it, even just having a stem and watching live performances. How do I translate that to 5 frets in a way that
Yeah,
actually
like
is
imagine
playable and
pioneering
fun?
that.
Yep.
Yeah, like imagine like Chris Vance pioneered Through the Fire and Flames, right?
Yeah,
like,
and he did a really
he
good
had
job.
to figure that out on his own. You know, probably asking for plenty of peer review from his peers, but like he
Is
had
this
to
too
figure that
hard?
out.
Yeah, that orange wall is
Yeah.
too hard. We got to change that before release.
Yeah.
Right before the solo. That was in the prototype, but that didn't make it.
It's interesting. Like they had to make these very obvious jumps, right? And they did that with GH2 and GH3.
Mhm.
But World Tour really didn't have the same. Like Satch Boogie wasn't the same jump.
No,
World
it was
Tour
jumping in a
did not
weird
have-
way because
World
of the
Tour had
sliders.
a very not impactful difficulty curve, if you ask me. That was one of its
Agreed.
biggest problems. Is that
Yeah.
it lost when it lost that, it lost Guitar Hero to me, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole
It was a bloated
point-
game too, in terms of
It was
songs.
it was a very bloated game, and they also tried to get songs that they knew Rock Band 2 were gonna have.
Mhm.
You know, like,
And Rock Band 2 came out a month early, so it's like I already played this song.
and a lot of the charts that it had for those duplicate songs were better, in my opinion.
Rock Band 2s were better.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
like they were just they were more fun on like every instrument, I would say. But yeah, World Tour really lacked like the difficulty progression, like, you know, because it's like you get the Pull Me Under by Dream Theater, and it's like you think like, oh, like if you know who they are, like Dream Theater, like proggy band, then it's like
This is the
first
Through the
time I
Fire and
played
Flames of this game because it's like the credit song.
The first time I played that song, I was like, I fucking hate this song.
That's it?
It's okay. Dream Theater is one of my all-time favorite bands. Right?
I've really opened up to them from playing all their stuff on drums over the past like year. But like, Pull Me Under was not it, man. Not for a
Scenes
game.
from a Memory. Like their album Metropolis Part 2, which is the album sequel.
Else. Yeah.
The full album sequel to the song they had in Rock Band, Metropolis Part 1. All-time favorite album for me. That's literally my all-time favorite. That is a near and dear piece of media to my heart. I will scream until I am dead at this point. The Pull Me Under was the worst choice they could have made for World Tour, right?
To place it where they did.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. They were following up to Through the Fire and Flames, and if you wanted to make it to the next level, take it, up again, the only way they could have done it if they wanted it to be Dream Theater was to put something like the Glass Prison. The Glass Prison would have been...
And they had that! They had those songs! That's the most annoying part. Like, Dream Theater's catalog was pretty fucking big at that point. They had a lot of options. Yep. And they were like they were one of the biggest franchises in the world. There's no reason that they couldn't have tried to get literally anything else. And then Satch Boogie's not impactful either. It's only hard because it taps. It's not that hard of a song, like in the grand scheme of things.
Well, for the casual audience, the taps make it easier because you just have to.
They're supposed to.
Yeah, for the casual audience, for the hardcore audience, it's like this is so fucking annoying. Why am I missing? But yeah,
I don't know if you guys will agree with me on this, but the way that I look at it is sometimes with game dev or like these games, you have to kind of switch up expectations, like for what people want, right? Like with Through the Fire and Flames, right? That was a little bit of a switch up from something like a Buckethead, right? Yeah. You weren't just getting the one solo that people were expecting in the middle. It was a full song of solos, right? So how do you get the expectations to change from Through the Fire and Flames to the next game, right? Okay, well, there was a crazy intro in Through the Fire and Flames. Okay, so freak people out with this slow build-up intro in the Glass Prison, and they have to wait for it. And then there's the crazy part, right? It's a little different. And then, oh, well, this song was already so long. It was 7 minutes. Glass Prison's 14 minutes.
That'd be so fucking insane.
Right? So again, it's one of those things that makes sense because you're continuing to escalate. Yeah, you're putting yourself in a corner for GH5, but then again, you have a position where you could go where if you're flipping things on its head, you, instead of going for the really, really long song, you go for the very short, intense song, right? Like even more intensity, right? You're still giving yourself a place that you can go if you just like think it through. And I feel like Pull Me Under didn't do that. Satch Boogie didn't do that. And it left people disappointed if they were looking for that big end game song. Which
I was very disappointed. I mean, when I think back to GH3, like GH3 genuinely had a really good like difficulty curve, right?
Very
Like
yes.
I never
Yes.
like
Very
compared
much
to GH2. GH2 had some curveballs that felt like an unfair spike in difficulty, like Psychobilly Freakout. That's always been one of people's biggest complaints, saying like that should be tier 8, you know, like
It's hard.
But then you look at GH3, and like each tier, I feel like there's nothing that I would necessarily swap the places of, you know.
Yeah, there's really not a lot. I mean,
Yeah,
it really introduced things slowly to you. And tier 1 is not a slouch either. You have like harder solos like Rock and Roll All Night. To me, like when I was first playing through that game many years ago, I think that's probably like my 40th or 50th FC. Like that's not an easy solo.
it was fucking annoying.
Yeah,
It's an annoying solo.
Does every song in that first tier has a guitar solo in it? Slow Ride has a guitar solo. Talk Dirty to Me has a guitar solo. Not even that easy of a guitar solo. Hit Me with the Best Shot has a guitar solo. Story of My Life, kind of, a little bit. There's a bit of a guitar solo in that. It's not very hard. But Rock and Roll All Night also has a guitar solo. And then tier 2 kind of doesn't do a whole lot more in terms of difficulty. It's pretty still flat. I mean, Sunshine of Your Love.
Well,
might be the
Barracuda's in
hardest
tier
one.
2, right?
Barracuda would probably be the hardest
See,
tier 2 song.
because that introduces gallops, which is like like a very like formative mechanic.
Yeah,
right?
to this day, people talk about like learning to like upstrum
To gallop, and it's like, yeah, I look at it now and I'm thinking like it's not that hard, but then I think back and I'm like, no, it was probably really fucking hard when I first played the game.
You know what, though? You have such a good point with this, because even if we're talking about the design of the campaign there, right? Barracuda early gets you more comfortable with like gallops well before tier 8 with Raining Blood, where you have to have the faster
It's like,
gallops.
it's like double the speed. It's double the speed. And you know, Barracuda, that intro on Expert, you know, if you don't know how to alt strum, like you're gonna fail like multiple times. Because it lasts, because you get past the first part and then it lasts longer during the verses compared to the intro.
Yeah, it's one of those things that like I never picked up on that explicitly until just sitting down and thinking about it right now. But from an actual design perspective, that's really good choice.
It's genius. And keep in mind how little time they had to make GH3.
Yeah, it could have been on accident.
You know?
This could be completely on accident.
Yeah.
It just happened.
We can do a hindsight 2020 type of deal and post rationalizing all this shit. But whatever, it worked out well. And like like the Seeker being tier 3, that's a crazy pick. Like, and that's a hard. That's triplet alt strumming. It's not straight 4, which is easy because just downbeat. It's
accented.
Yeah, and like that was a really hard skill for many people, even to this day. Like I remember my first 100% of the Seeker. What I did was I just strummed faster in 4, way faster than I had to, just to hit all the notes and get the gold stars on my set list because I didn't know how to do triplet alt strumming at the time yet. But then that introduces you to more of a longer, like fast alternate strumming. And then you have songs in the later half like Knights of Sidonia. A lot of strumming in that song. One, that's also triplet strumming and faster, but also for slower, smaller positions. But yeah,
3s and 7s.
3s and 7s.
3s and 7s has a lot of moving around.
Yes,
a lot of movement.
All of tier 7 is like, you better know chords, buddy.
It's very wiggly. Yeah. And then Cult introduces you to the concept of a longer guitar solo.
That's definitely the longest guitar solo to that point.
Up to that point.
And fast and consistently fast.
I remember getting up to tier 8 and like it was really hard. Like when I first got GH3, tier 8 was very like I had a hard time with Number of the Beast. Like I was really struggling with that song big time because like, you know, when you learn how alt strum, it's like your fucking wrist starts to burn because you're like,
it's not a natural movement yet.
You're not built up to it. Yeah. And then obviously like Raining Blood, like, you know, you get past Mosh and you're like, oh, I can beat the song now, and then you get up to the before Flood. Like, and then you fucking fail. And then you fail.
Oh no, I'm fucked. I have to do it again. No.
Yeah. Like I have very vivid memories of trying to get past Mosh. I really do.
Yeah. Raining Blood was an iconic piece for that game. Like everybody when they're first playing through that game struggle with that. I struggle with it. I couldn't pass it. That was the roadblock. I couldn't then you have other roadblocks like 1. I had to go to my friend's house and beat 1 for him. Before I forget,
the bridge, man. Like the bridge sucks.
It's, you know what? People could say it sucks. It's iconic.
Oh, it's iconic. It sucks to like learn, you know, because I guarantee you most people that pass it are never going to hit the like the switches, the fast switches. They're not going to do it.
Man, I don't know if other people will feel this way, but like, I know charting has evolved a lot since then.
Oh, I would do it the same way.
I feel nostalgic towards it.
I would do it.
I don't know if it's
the old
just
school
me.
style of charting. There's a very distinct charm to the old school charting where like accuracy is very much not the priority. It is making a fun chart, making a fun pattern.
That's
Whether
game
or not
design.
I hear 6 notes, I'm going to chart
simple.
5 because it works that way.
I've become
if it's a
looser,
better fun pattern.
like over the years. The more I've charted, like the more loose I've become in that regard. Where like I get to sections where I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna place more notes than are there because it just makes it more fun to play. Like I'm not like no, that's a quintuplet. You can't put 6 notes there, or else it's bad. Like
What if
I've tried to steer away from that. Like I would call it like the GHX style. GHX has the tendency to place more notes than are actually there, but the problem with him is that he'll underchart and then all of a sudden overchart for no fucking reason, like back to back in the same section.
It's so funny looking back at my old mentality because I used to, when I first started playing like customs and things like that on stream, I used to really dislike GHX charts because of that, right? And then I loosened up over time as well and just started playing whatever just for the fuck of it. But like everyone's got their own preference for charting and things like that.
An approach, yeah,
an approach, and I don't know. I almost feel like nobody really does the old console approach the same anymore. Everyone's kind of gone to that more like polished custom feel.
For a while there, though, there was Sonic Studios was making Guitar Hero 3 custom packs that were charted with the intent of feeling like an old school Neversoft chart. Those charts, those packs are awesome. Cool. That's a really cool idea, cool. And it feels like the goal was achieved with what he's doing there. It was neat.
That's so sick. I have not seen those, so shout out to Sonic on that.
Yeah, and those are Guitar Hero 3 Xbox 360 custom packs.
Yeah, that's cool.
So cool.
They're cool.
That's so. Man, I don't know. I guess that this is all on my brain because it's all stuff that we're having to think about in our day to day right now too, right? Mm-hmm. So taking feedback from other people, and we all have our own thoughts on songs that are being added to Fortnite and how things are charted, etc. And we've got to make our own decisions for that too. So it's just fresh in the brain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exciting. I'm sure people are wondering how I'm going to approach it. You're going to have to wait. You have to be patient, okay?
Yeah, Mr. Note Chart Supervisor over here.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait, but JC, you mentioned festival. I got great news, guys. Fortnite is bringing Daft Punk back as a band. That's a lie. That's not happening.
Daft Punk is coming back. They're reforming the band. They're back together. Hiatus is gone. Fortnite brought them back from the dead. It's true.
I only say that because I genuinely saw people claiming that on Twitter, and then like credit to the leakers. They came out and they were like, guys, they're not doing that. Like, stop saying this.
Yeah.
Hold, I got a serious question. I legitimately don't know the answer to this, so I don't know if either you will either. I'm sorry to just throw this at you without prep. Didn't Daft Punk break up because of AI?
Did they? I don't
remember why. I think pretty sure they broke up 2021.
It's been a couple of years, I think.
I might need to Google this. I swear I remember something about Daft Punk not being a fan of AI.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay, yeah, there's a thread on Reddit from a few years ago that says Daft Punk broke up due to concerns about AI. I don't know how true that is. Okay. Somebody let us know. If that's the case, them getting back together thanks to Fortnite would be crazy. With the whole generative AI with the Darth Vader.
Yeah, that would not be thematically correct.
Right? Imagine Daft Punk behind you. Around the world. Around.
Well, it's funny to see them. It's funny to see this actually happening because it in terms of leakers and stuff, right? It's like clearly there was some disconnect of information chain there where they were pushing that they're going to be the headliner, and it's like they weren't given inaccurate information that Daft Punk would be in Fortnite. However,
yeah, and the characters are the characters of Daft Punk going to be playable characters?
I think so. I think they are, but I could be wrong.
I'd have to verify that as well.
Tracks. I know that.
Yeah, right now, let me show you the jam tracks I were getting this week. We have
pretty good.
Instant Crush, Get Lucky, I Feel It Coming and Starboy. The last two there are The Weeknd's featuring Daft Punk, but the first two are Daft Punk songs.
It was
off
very,
of Random
very
Access
interesting.
Memories.
Very interesting. We're in the weekend yet again.
The Get Lucky one is also the full 6.5 minute version, not like the regular
Really?
4 minute edit. Yes.
Oh wait,
Yes,
that's actually
long.
sick.
I
That's
disagree.
that's
It's
super
too
cool.
long. It overstays its welcome.
It's too long?
I get bored of that
I
song.
mean, I like the
6.5
song. I don't
minute
know.
one.
It's a classic, you know.
But
Okay,
honestly,
so-
it is a classic, and it's only 12
It
years old.
is.
Came out 2013, but it's a classic already.
I
You're
was
never
only
gonna.
12 years old.
You will never stop hearing that song ever.
It's
It
one of
feels
those
like
things
it's
that
older.
I think people are just going to be happy because they're
Yeah.
songs they wanted, right? Like,
Yes. Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've seen people ask for Starboy.
Yeah. Like
That's just
e-
happening.
Going back 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Weekend
And
as the icon. It was asked for.
yeah.
Them.
And maybe the reason why that didn't happen is because maybe they couldn't license it with Daft Punk. And now
And
somehow they're on
maybe-
board. Who knows?
Yeah, now they're on board. So I'm happy to see them in the game because it was interesting to watch people's sentiments change when they saw that that Daft Punk wasn't going to be a headliner, and they were like, "I changed my mind. I want Daft Punk." I changed my mind.
Here's an interesting question, though. What if they were supposed to be a headliner, but that got changed? Because right now, I mean, this feels like a headliner thing, right? What we have
It's
now with
confusing,
Gorillaz,
right? Like the messaging is kind of confusing.
What we have with
Okay.
Gorillaz season right now, like how did they announce the Gorillaz season? It was like, here's 4 songs from Gorillaz. Here's 4 songs from Daft Punk. You can play as every Gorillaz character in the game. You can play as the Daft Punk characters in the game. How is it different?
This could be why they're doing the next season without an icon. Maybe there's some.
Exactly.
What is that? Okay, so this makes
Are
me
they
even
are
more
they
interested.
testing? If
What is this
they don't need
celebration?
a headliner?
Yeah, what
the
is this next
celebration?
season? What are they doing with Daft Punk? Why are they not a headliner? To me, it feels like they had the possibility that they could have. It's the same thematically as Gorillaz. Are they going to ditch the whole seasonal icon approach and just have
Maybe.
these small mini events? This could be the beginning of that.
Could be a
To me,
test.
I don't know.
I don't think it
I'm-
would be the worst thing at this point. I
I don't think so either.
They do not stick to their themes.
Mm-mm.
They
I don't know if
sometimes
that's
will dip into
intentional
them.
either.
Probably
But
not.
the thing is, this could be an adjustment to do it better.
Yes,
It could.
that's kind of what I'm thinking. Is that they're
Yeah.
trying to they hear the feedback and they're saying, well, how can we do this better? And they might be maybe kind of changing the direction of saying, okay, so what if we don't have the headliners and we can try to, make it a more cohesive experience? Because look, the headliners are a cool concept, but after having a bunch of them back to back, I got to be honest, it just doesn't really hit like it did in the beginning.
No,
Right.
the first few they stuck to the theme a lot more, and then maybe right after Karol G, I feel like they had much less of a focus on that. Probably starting with Karol G. There's probably how many Karol G songs were there? 5, maybe 6.
Somewhere around that.
Metallica got a lot of Metallica songs. Lady Gaga got a lot of songs. Billie Eilish got a decent amount. Weeknd got a lot, but after that, it's been pretty small. Like the headliner might as well only last a week or 2. Which is basically what this Daft Punk thing is right now.
I'm speculating out the ass here, but I can't help but feel like they realized how much was still needing to be developed with the game, and they kind of just stopped putting as much into the releases and such until the game is up to snuff. And maybe
That
I'm
could be
wrong.
too.
I could be completely wrong here, but I think like after our battle stage event, after FNCS, they realized like, oh man, for the hardcore side, this isn't there. And casuals want pro vocals, and hey, they've been doing that a lot.
Still
right?
working on that, plugging away.
They just did Butter Barn, guys. They did Butter
Ooh,
Barn.
you can
Sing
come on
Butter
down.
Barn. Come on down to the Butter Barn. You're gonna be able to sing that with a microphone at some point in this game.
To
Cool stuff.
me, this says they're still listening to all the feedback, and as much as it frustrates us, they're doing it, but slowly because it's larger than they anticipated.
Yeah, and
Which-
they probably still have to bend to the will of whatever the greater Fortnite ecosystem is doing.
Yep, exactly.
Well, exactly. Just like like how we talked last week about the theories regarding why Gorillaz is ending slightly earlier, and it's like probably because of Halloween. It just makes sense, Like
Yeah.
they want each game mode to align with BR. I get it, as closely as possible,
A
especially
unified
for like a
experience.
holiday, a season. Makes sense.
I don't want to put false expectations out there, but like, here's my hope, right? Like, with this celebration thing, what if at the end of it they go, "Hey, by the way, here's the massive celebration part. Festival Season 2. Here's, a new instrument. Here's pro drum. Here's pro vocals, right? Like, play as a
that'd be
full band
amazing.
together.
That'd be a great way to do that. Phenomenal.
That'd be
I
awesome.
mean, if they did, that's really, really, really high hopes, and that's just my own personal hopes. I have no clue what they're planning. Again, this is one of those two cakes things where I want to see the game do well. I think that helps everybody, and I want to see them succeed. Excited to see what they're planning. Like, that'll be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm up. I try to be optimistic about what they do. I might not really play it as much now, but it's like
I don't either.
I still want despite what we're doing, like, we don't want this to be Guitar Hero versus Rock Band. We want to be able to support each other. We're like, we're not going to
rising tide lifts all boats, folks.
I mean, like, it's the entirety of Fortnite, and so there's a difference in what we're doing here, basically, without getting too deep into it. There's a big difference.
Wait. You mean we're not trying to make our own competitor to Fortnite?
We're launching
Hey,
BR.
wait, we're making a BR game. We're making a racing game. We're making a Lego game. We're making a you can make whatever game.
Dude, no. We're not making a Lego game. No,
I don't agree with
this. We're making a Mega Bloks game.
Nope.
It's going to be Mega Bloks.
Mega Bloks game. and not Rocket League. We're making
what's in their car soccer game out there?
Soccer, football.
We're not gonna have Fall Guys. We're gonna have Stumble Guys.
Stumble Guys. That's right. All right, none of that's true. Obviously, this is all comedy, folks. We're all lying. None of this is true. But we do have to get going.
This is all in jest. Okay,
everything is in jest. Don't take anything that we say too seriously, because we can't talk about what we're doing yet. The time will come eventually, but the time is not right now. And I believe you have to go. Isn't that right, JP?
I do have to go. Yes.
Yeah, you're already 3 minutes late. So
yeah.
What?
Rocket League. I want to go play some Spaceship Federation. You want to go play that?
Well, we could go make a Spaceship Federation game.
All right, let's blast off.
All right.
It is the Rapture Day. It's the Rapture Day. Let's Rapture.
Oh, that's right. I forgot all
Today's
about
the
the
Rapture
Rapture.
Day.
That's right.
Today was the Rapture.
Yeah, people were claiming that Jesus Christ himself was going to come down from the heavens and rapture the earth. And so far,
he could be any one of us. So who
Oh,
knows, man?
guys, help!
What's happening?
Oh no!
He just ascended into heaven. Look at it. He's in space now.
He's in space. It's beautiful.
All right, we got to quit right now.